Welcome back to Manchester, Dana. Let us adjust our time zone for you, Your Majesty.
This is...
I've already spoken about Mo, Allen, Aspinall. I've gone on about why I'm not going to UFC 304, and I've even got a history of MMA in Manchester / the UK coming up for you shortly. Basically, I've wrung the 304 rag and got every last drop out. So, all that's left to do is talk about the main event. Another rematch, if you can imagine. Transport yourself back. UFC Vegas 21, an incredible night of fights. By the time we even got to the main event, 3 of the main card fights had already ended in a knockout. Competition for performance bonuses was through the damn roof. And the headliner, Edwards Muhammad Juan, got off to a promising start, with Leon saying, "What frickin' ring rust," and landing a nice head kick. Not his nicest, but a good one. In the second round, he was stalking Belal down. He stalked someone down? He just stalked someone. He was walking him down, just stalking him. Take your pick. And then he poked him in the eye. Accidentally. And the air just came out of the room. Ruling, no contest, boo. Drama. And they've both been on progression paths since. Obviously Leon's has a shiny belt attached to it, but Belal's only been beat once in his last 15 professional fights at welterweight, and he's been bitching and moaning about getting this title shot for a millennia. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, I'm just saying you make it real hard to wanna give it to you, mate. In his 27 pro fights, he has 5 knockouts. But apparently the laws of probability or whatever don't mean shit to Belal, because he's going to go in there and knock him out. Please do, mate. Like, I like Leon. I've got a whole bunch of British bias going on. And, spoiler for like a minute's time, I do think that Leon's gonna win. But for fuck's sake, we've been crying out for you to take some more risks. Put on a bit of a show. And if it has to be against Leon for the title, then good on you. Go get some, girl. I don't subscribe to the theory that he's a boring fighter, but I also don't subscribe to his theory that because he's beaten the best striker in the UFC, Wonderboy, to a decision, and the best grappler in the UFC, Maya, to a decision, ergo, sums, calculating, diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle, that means he's going to knock out the champ. Here's what I will say about Belal. He switched his stances beautifully. I've got more. He knows how to control pace. He's a good grappler. Now, if we're going purely off facts, which I know don't appeal to everyone, I don't think he's as good a grappler as Leon's last 2 conquests, but he has been training with Khabib, so if we're not just going off of facts, then maybe he's a fucking great grappler now. Maybe he's the best to ever do it. He put on a stellar performance against Brady, and he did not have to take that fight. It was a huge risk for him. He's solid. He's good. Like, I have nothing against him. I like him. He deserves a shot for sure. I don't like him. I'll watch him. He definitely has the skills to be a champ. But we don't want it. We don't want it. Do we? Leon, on the other hand, since that disappointment with Belal, went on to dethrone Kamaru to defend in the trilogy fight, and then defend again, this time against Colby. As well as a wealth of skills, the boy has confidence on his side. Everyone doubted him against seasoned grapplers Usman and Covington, and he beat them convincingly. Unless you're part of Colby's delusion, and then I don't know what you're doing here. Should be in line for your medication, babes. He keeps getting better. He's always been a great striker, but he's been showing us the evolution of his game. The fans also want to see him take more risks, be more exciting. You can see why the headliner of this event with the whole time zone thing and the blah, 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 people were a bit like, oh, great, that'll put me to sleep. Love spending hundreds of pounds to have a nap. Pro Plus monster sales will be booming. But you can't tell me this isn't exciting. I think Leon will be able to defend the takedowns and have the advantage on the feet. He'll use that reach, his height, and the solid striking to outpoint Belal from the outside. I can see Belal trying to blitz later on, but still lose into a UD. That being said, Leon can't let confidence turn into cockiness and complacency. He needs to put on the pressure like he was doing in the first time these two squared off and try and keep Belal from timing that takedown. He needs to evolve again, like he has been doing, if he's gonna leave no doubt.
The old doubt to me, I couldn't do it. The old said I couldn't do it. Look at me now.